Alright, what is up guys? Back at it again with another video. This one gonna be on the hand cannon. Without further ado, let's get right into the build for this bad boy. So this is my weapon tree. I'm not gonna lie, this one's pretty bad because I was testing a few different things with this cannon. And this is what I ultimately end up with. Also, another build you could go is it's honestly a lot better than this tree right here, so you don't have to just wrap around like all this. You could go for speed charge, and honestly you get almost the same DPS I tested this with my friend. So drop the 8% thread thrift that I dropped from up here, and I think it's probably just the same, around the same amount of damage. But this is the tree if you want the exact same build I'm running. The only reason why I had to get all these right here was because I wanted this thread thrift. So if you're ignoring that thread thrift and you just want like grab an extra like speed charge or something like that, you just go over here all the way down. Let's go this way. Over here, you can grab your desperation. Over here, you grab thread thrift there. This one is mandatory, and this one right here is mandatory. And you could just go up to this, grab speed charge. Let's go around and come back down here. Regardless, you're going to be wrapping around a little bit for the cannon builds, but this is the one I end up with. As usual, I'm going to be throwing an image on screen sometime around here with the highlighted nodes for the one that I took for top and bottom. Make it a little bit easier for you guys. But honestly, that's about it. Let's go take a look at the armor we're running right now. This is the armor. I already know. This one we're not playing around one stroke fury like the other build, so we're going to be running these arms right here, the Garuda arms for desperation. Running a quill for battle spirit, you guys already know. 10% damage on the commanders in rage. You're running these leggings right here for the 3 savage. If you're not too greedy for attack, you're not crazy about damage, what I will recommend is you go these ones right here, because you're already going a kimono tree. So you go these ones and you just grab resurrection. I mean, it's an extra feint. Anything that would kill you, now you survive it. Go. Withstand a single attack when health is gone. So you could go these as well if you were trying to play a little bit more safe or save your feints. But if you want to look for a little bit more damage, you're gonna want to go for these bad boys right here. So leggings, these arms, and the chest piece and the helmet still won't change for me. As for talismans, I am getting incredibly unlucky farming talismans. So same poo-poo talismans I have. I haven't gotten any new crazy updated ones. I have these right here. You guys are going to want to go as many desperation talismans as you can get. Desperation is the best DPS for this, easily. If you don't have any desperations, you can go a little discount like me and be cheap and go like Hawkeye, Savage, Tiger's Den. Even though this is absolutely horrendous, but yeah. As you guys can tell, I'm struggling a little bit with talismans. And I'm going to show y'all how I play this weapon. Alright, now for the weapon demo. I said, guys, I was sleeping on this weapon hella because I hated the whole process of how you had to build up gauge for this damn thing. It was horrible. So you had to shoot. See the gauge on my bottom left? I absolutely hated building up the gauge like this. This was pretty bad. There was another way you can build it up a lot quicker by shooting, which I also tried and I didn't like. Is it with this fire character right here? Bam. Put on this bad boy and this will help you build gauge a lot quicker. But I hate the animation for going into it, and I also hate running into these things randomly, so I didn't like this enough either. Like, you can roll out of it, but it's pretty bad. I don't like it. But yeah, you can see builds up gauge way goddamn quicker. But I'm gonna show y'all the way I build up gauge on this damn thing, and you guys already know. If you've seen any of my videos, you guys know I love my celestial thread, bro. Mobility and everything, bro. This mobility carries the cannon for me. And I'm going to show y'all a couple examples of why the celestial thread makes or breaks this weapon for me right now, why I like it so much on this weapon. So what you can do is like this. 1 time, 2 times, right there. Look at that. Perfect gauge. You don't overheat with this. As long as you do it twice fully, you will never overheat doing this. And then you can just go up, bam, and you got your red. It takes 2 jumps to do it. I'll show you again one more time. Bam, bam, just like that. 2 jumps, and and you're all the way up to hot gauge. I'll show y'all a couple other reasons why I love the Karakuri third on this weapon. Is when you like say do this, right here, bam, you can dodge out immediately after. You can just dip with the thread. You go up, you get your little damage, dip. I'll show y'all one more time. And then the good thing you can do, usually in hunts, right, or in situations like that, you're free to jump into the monster with this Karakuri third, right? Because you can go in. Oh, a little bit over him, but you can go in. Usually a monster that's big, you go in, and you'll have max gauge, right? So I'll show you all a perfect example right here how you do it. So you go, you're gonna build up your gauge, bam, bam, and you can just go back in. And then since your weapon is sheath, you just click Y, pull out your weapon, point blank the monster with that, and you'll get your red off it. And immediately after, you can still jump away. So it gives you like a lot of mobility in a weapon that's otherwise very goddamn slow. And that's one of the few things that I hate about this weapon. Gives you a lot of mobility for it. One more thing I want to show you guys though, for the Karakuri third. When you're doing this, you absolutely need to let the full like shots go off when you jump shoot. You want to let the full thing go off. You see how much gauge I just got from it? If you cut it off early, you're not gonna get as much gauge. I'll show you an example right here. So like right there, I cut it off early, or I jump, shoot, and I cut it off. You won't get nearly as much gauge. You want to get off full barrage, and that will give you a shit ton gauge. You can see like overheat my weapon. Want to get off the full thing. You do that twice. I have nothing helping me with my gauge. You just twice. That's it. And then you can just go up and pump shot the dummy, and you can just jump back out. I usually use it for damage as well. Usually in hunts, you'll get like ticks of 40 and stuff per. You shoot out like 5 of those things. That's not bad. It's pretty decent damage though. I mean, it's free damage, right? Those guys will always want to roll out of that when drinking it. And one thing I want to show y'all, bro. Another thing I want to show y'all. This is really this can help a lot in single player hunts, right? Is this bad boy right here. With this shield, right? If you guys didn't know, you can walk through this. You get a shield. This shield will tank any one attack, and the best part about this shield is that it will stagger the monster. And you guys can see how long this goddamn shield is lasting. So I usually put on the shield if I need to. Put on the shield if you're facing something very aggressive, and then I'll go down into the big attack. Because you guys can see the shield is still up right now, which is ridiculous. That the shield is still up, and I get that full attack off. And you guys look at that, shield is still up after the attack. And if the monster hits you, obviously if they just hit you and pop that shield, that will stagger the monster. And there you go, it's just gone. So you guys see how much time you have. Plenty of time to do that. And another thing that's crazy about this weapon is it generates a ridiculous amount. With that beam attack, you can have 0 thread and it'll bring you straight to 19. I think it gives like literal 19. If you hit like the full beam plus the blast, you'll get like 19 thread. So you will always have that shield available. If you're like struggling to get off this beam attack, you will always have that shield available for yourself if you need it. So that is another thing I wanted to make sure I inform you guys of. Another thing you guys can do is 1 second, let me build up my gauge. I'll show you an example as well. Oops, too far. Show you an example of what else you can do here. This bad boy right here will carry a lot of your hunts. So if you guys didn't know, the harpoon. So while this thing is crafting, right, if anything tries to attack you through it, this will block them and it will also stagger them. And the harpoon will shoot it afterwards, which also does like 300 or 400 damage plus, depending on what you're fighting. So not only will this count as a wall, but it will block an attack. And you can just set up yourself. So while it's building, you just set up your thing right here, right next to it. So the monster will swing at you, hit it, and then you can just go into your attack after. You gotta be careful you don't shoot the harpoon while you're shooting. That's another thing I use a lot that helps a shit ton at making this weapon feel a lot better and perform a lot better. Another little tip I'm going to share with you guys right now is what I usually do when I'm in hunts. I think you'll see it in a video. I'll probably put it in a video of me fighting. You can get your stack off random ads. As long as you can interact with the thing, like fight it, do damage to it, you can get your little red charge off it. So what I will usually do is before I fight the monster I'm fighting, I'll just go around, I'll build up my gauge, I'll find any random rat, like a crab on some of the maps or little fly guys or whatever, and I'll just walk up, bam. I'll just get my red gauge off them, bro, and then I will enter combat versus whatever I'm fighting with full gauge. And you guys already know, when you start combat with anything in this game, they'll do the little like roar, or sometimes they'll even get stuck in an animation and they won't even be paying attention to you. So I usually just drop my shit and then I open the fight with this right here. You guys can see how much damage this does. This is the opener I'd usually use. And I'll open the fight with that shit. And usually, obviously the damage is a lot different on the test dummy than it is in game. And usually, by then, the monster will be running. You will do this and they'll sometimes just get angry immediately, or they'll completely just leave the area. Which is amazing, because then you can just repeat the same process, right? You can literally just permacycle a monster out of areas without even having to do the fight, pretty much. So those tools that I showed you, the little tricks that I use as well, you guys should have a goddamn blast playing this weapon. I've been using this for a lot of solo hunts. I think I posted a YouTube short the other day of me messing around with the pig with it. It is really goddamn fun. The whole building up your gauge before you even decide to fight a monster helps a lot, and the 2 Karkaris that I show you guys help a lot, and obviously the thread carries a lot for helping you build up your gauge. So that being said, that's all I'm going to be showing you guys today. If you guys know anything about this weapon that I do not, or any cool little tips or tricks, feel free to leave them in the comment section for me. I have my Discord. I'll have my Discord linked, so if you guys want to ask me any questions, because I'm not always on YouTube, I'm in Discord a lot, like working on videos or just showing my friends. So I'll leave the link to my Discord in the description. It's also in my my little profile, the YouTube profile, top right. You guys can grab it from there as well. And with that being said, if you guys like the video, like the video. If you want to see more like this, subscribe. And y'all have a good day. Peace out.